I'm sure most of you have no problem recognizing Jeff Hayzlett from the Hayzlett Group, an internationally known speaker and author. And what's your message
You know, and a former quick printer. I'm a former quick printer and printer.
Quick printer.
I used to be in the printing industry.
Why did you leave the quick print
I
business?
wanted to make some money.
Oh,
no,
okay.
That's the old joke, right? The old joke.
Yeah.
How to make a small fortune in printing, start with a large one, right? That's the way we talk about it. No, I was an evangelist for printing for many, many years, still am. I'm the biggest believer in print since Gutenberg and will continue to be. You know, even though I went to a Fortune 100 company, became the chief marketing officer of one of the most iconic brands, I still believe in print. I love digital campaigns as well, but I really do love print. I think print's still one of the best buys there is out there today for a marketer.
How's that message being refined today with all of this new technology coming out of the woodwork?
Well, I heard somebody refer to Yahoo as old media the other day. So that gives you, we must be really old media. But,
I guess.
But that old comes back around because it's very effective. And I think that's what people are starting to see. And what most marketers and I think most business people realize is that you needed a blended campaign in order to be successful. So it's not just about broadcast, it's not just about digital, it's not just about being online, it's also all mediums that you have to have. So it's, you know, it's still good advertising that's going to play in print. There's more magazines today than there were 10 years ago. So all those things play into well, and a good marketer sees that. A stupid one doesn't. But a good marketer sees that.
And that's what you're trying to get across.
That's exactly. I mean, I've been about this. My books, The Mirror Test, my books, Running the Gauntlet, has been about, you know, really getting out there, asking yourself the tough questions, and making sure you put the right things in the right people's hands at the right time. That's what we're supposed to do.
If you owned a printing company today, what would be your future investment?
Well, I tell you, I would still look at software primarily, because that's the things. I think when you look at it as a printer, you're more than just ink on paper. You're more than just toner on paper. You're more than just bytes and bits. You're really about, you know, describing a visual communication, and that's online as well as offline. And so I would look at, as a printer, about how do I offer those services across the board, cradle to grave, in order to be able to capture those things that, you know, I'm putting ink on paper, but also where I'm putting it bytes up on the internet for the eyes to see. Very important.
Can you apply the same concept which you would with, let's say, a large printing house to a small single operator?
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, Roger, there's no difference between a small business on Main Street in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and a large business on Wall Street, except for the numbers of zeros behind those numbers.
That's it.
And that's the same thing for a printer. So what's good for a small printer is usually good for a larger printer. It's just the scale.
So it's really the philosophy.
It's really the philosophy and having the right mood. In fact, I think that's the biggest thing that's facing printers today is mood. That we don't think we can be successful, we don't think we can do it, or it's too tough, and we have to get out of that mood.
5, 10 years out, what do you see the future of the printing industry?
I still think it's big. Right now we're starting to see the numbers come back the way they used to be about 1998 level. Now the year 2008, 2007, the best numbers on the books for printing in the industry. We're not there yet. We've got a ways to go, but I saw a chart that saw the chart going like this. Now, the old days, the chart was going more like this. It's slowed down, but we're ahead of the marketplace, and I think it's coming back, and we'll start to see it. Good printers always do great, and that's the key thing you want to keep in mind.
World economics being what they are, does it all kind of fit in the fact that the softening now appears to be hardening, so to speak?
Yeah, I think,
we're coming out of
you know, I think we always see the trends first. Yeah. We see them cut first in printing, and we see them add back.
Well, it's not just printing, but it's in every facet.
Well, we're in the manufacturing business, right?
Sure.
So in that aspect of it, we see that. But I think people start to cut that back first, and they start to add it back when they start to feel good. I'm starting to watch people add it back into their budgets, and I'm talking to chief marketing officers all over the world, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable in saying, it's not there yet, but you know, the fat lady's coming up. We're starting to hear her warm up in the wings.
Great to have you.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to meet you.
Keep printing. Keep printing.
That's it.